Okay, we're going to cover the unique scale of Phrygian dominant, and just be aware that this specific scale may have a bunch of different names and a bunch of people name it completely different, and I'm just using Phrygian dominant. You sometimes refer to as altered Phrygian scale or dominant flat 2, flat 6. Sometimes they go so far as to say flat 9, flat 13, which is way too confusing. I prefer just Phrygian dominant or Phrygian major maybe. Mixolydian scale, lowered 9th, lower 13th. So let me play it first. Everybody probably knows this sound. Let me just kind of jam on it first. I'll improvise. There's normal Phrygian. Okay. But it's got the raised third. So this time I go around, I'll just play over it. Everybody probably knows this sound. So you probably recognize that sound. It's very exotic sounding, very but I'm going to do this a little differently. Where is that derived from? We're going to go ahead and show. It's derived from actually A harmonic minor. Okay. So what I'm going to do is write out A harmonic minor scale here, and oops. I'll fix that in a second. Okay, the G should be sharp, and that's the one tone difference between Phrygian and Phrygian dominant. So is that, and it's derived. So on the A note, A harmonic minor. Now on the fifth, and I was moving that accidental, on the fifth note of A harmonic minor, that's your root of Phrygian dominant, just like modes would be in a natural occurring scale. So there's that's Phrygian dominant, that's the root, the E chord, or the E tonal center there. So it's the fifth mode of A harmonic minor. Just think of it as simply a mode of A harmonic minor. So let's write out the chords here. And let's take a second. I'll put in the sharp in a second. And just bear with me while I write these all down. Okay, stick the sharps in just as a reminder. There's no key signature here, but sharpen all the G's just as a reminder. So we got a major 1, major 2, a diminished 3, a minor 4, a diminished 5, an augmented 6, a minor 7, and then a major 1 again. So, I just noticed that was not sized right. Sorry about that. Let me refix it so all the chords fit. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to write in the Roman numerals for these. I'm not a big Roman numeral fan. I just prefer to know the chords, but I know some people really are on the Roman numeral kick. And so we have a augmented 6. I'm sorry. I think I did. I usually have this little notepad thing where I can copy and paste, because the notation programs for some reason will not put in a diminished sign. That little zero looking thing. We'll just call it zero looking thing because it sounds technical. So we got a major 1. A flat major 2, okay, a diminished 3. So I gotta copy that from here, because for some reason this notation program will not write in that little diminished symbol. Okay, a diminished 3, a minor 4, diminished 5, I was just copying and pasting the diminished symbol. Augmented 6. And sorry about that. I was going to find the symbol. I'll just write in a plus. So, oops. And flat augmented 6 it should be, because there's a flat 6 in the scale. Okay, and a minor flat 7. So if you want to write out the Roman numerals for this, that's how you do it. So my recommendation would be, let me get rid of one of those windows. My recommendation would be to simply learn. I'm going to resize this so that little notation thing shows up on the so this is my recommendation. Try to make it musical with 2 moves at a time. Maybe as a guitar player, I would just do stuff like this. The 1 and the 7. Okay, just 2 moves, and then maybe I'd improvise on that. Then I'd maybe memorize 3 moves, and so 1, 7, 2, 1. So, keep adding moves until maybe I'll do the 1, 6, 4, 1. Keeping it very simple, 3 moves there. It's just harmonic practice. Maybe 4 moves there. Oh, the 5 chord, that's probably one of the most commons. You'll hear stuff like this, that little boom between the 1 and the 5, often in half diminished form on the 5, or with the diminished chord with the 7th. 5 in 1 inversion, maybe walk in between. 5, 1. So the 5 to 1 is very, very common in Phrygian dominant. So often with the 7th. Very common. So learning small moves at a time, and then gradually increasing your the chords and the moves, So until you get to a point where you can start creating this is stuff I would personally do as a guitar player. Just improvise on this so it doesn't have to be perfect. I'm not sitting here trying to write anything special. I'm just trying to learn the sound, learn the chords, learn how to make it musical. And that's a good way to practice, is to take 2 moves at a time and try to make it musical. It's a good way to practice harmony, because you don't get bored